You good?
I'm bored and hungry.
Level start.
Hello, travelers. Welcome back. We're back on the road, and I'm bored.
That is my cue.
It is your cue. Catching on now.
We both grew up in Alabama and recently moved to Florida. And as it is spooky season, we thought that we should look at some of the scariest places in both of those states. So, we're going to start today with Alabama.
Alabama. I mean, Alabama in itself is terrifying.
That's
So.
true. That's honestly, video's over.
Video's over. Alabama wins. Florida's crazy. Alabama's scary. Different.
I've got a list of Alabama's 12 most haunted places, but we're only going to do 3 of them.
Because that's all that matters.
Exactly. All the rest of them are just, they're for babies.
You didn't make the tops, therefore you don't count.
So we'll start with 3rd place, which is the Tutwiler Hotel in Birmingham, Alabama. I've never been.
I haven't either. I've heard of it. Have you heard of it? Like growing up?
Yes,
Have you heard of it? Okay.
I've heard of this one. I'll give a brief synopsis. The Tutwiler Hotel has an especially interesting and haunted past. Apparently, a bartender working at the hotel in 1995 experienced a multitude of
The year I was
ghost sightings.
born!
Well,
You say 95?
yeah, I don't know if
Okay.
that's a good thing or not, but a bartender working at the hotel in 1995 experienced a multitude of ghost sightings after the lights of the bar and kitchen would turn on by themselves. Sounds like an electrical error to me.
Yeah. You know.
The bartender reportedly turned the lights off 4 times for them to be snapped back on for 5 nights in a row. On the 6th day, he was greeted by a mysterious and unexplained multi-course meal with candles and wine. Many believe it was offered by the ghost of Colonel Tutwiler, for whom the hotel was named. Although messy, Tutwiler was a respectful ghost, as no further paranormal shenanigans occurred since the bartender began to conclude each shift by bidding the Colonel a good evening and kindly asking him not to leave a mess. At least he follows requests. When staying here, remember to tell Messy Tutwiler to take care of his dishes. Alright, I gotta be honest, that does not sound scary at all. That sounds like the best ghost
Well,
ever. He gives you a meal.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
nice if you
Why are
actually
they calling him messy when he literally made you like a 3-course meal?
Yeah. Lame. That's bad.
Rude.
Never going. Alright, in 2nd place we have another hotel. The Redmond Hotel in Birmingham, Alabama.
I've also heard of this one. Have you?
I think so. Once I saw the picture, the sign looked familiar. The synopsis is Birmingham's oldest and most historic hotel, the Redmond Hotel, has a surprisingly haunted past. Apparently, the ghost of a woman in white who passed away in the hotel has been seen on the 9th floor. Additionally, the ghost of a former owner, Clifford Stiles, is said to walk the halls. And a small dog is seen trotting about the hotel as well.
That's just the rats.
Yeah, or they just get a new dog every 10 years and they just act like they'll just let him run out like once every day through the hallways.
You see it, you don't.
But the most famous ghost of the hotel is that of famous singer Hank Williams, who has been seen in the room he stayed in right before his death. I never understood that. This hotel, they're trying to claim credit. He didn't even die in the hotel.
He just really liked it though.
Yeah, but he stayed there right before his death. He died somewhere else. His ghost, I don't think he'd go back.
Well, it depends. If you died at like a gas station, then I'm gonna go back to the nicest place that I had, which was the Red Mon Hotel.
It doesn't make any sense to me. If that was the case, everywhere would be haunted,
Everywhere is haunted.
Alright, guests have also reported strange occurrences, such as the opening of doors. Now that is strange. Doors opening, and movement of furniture or baggage. If you visit the hotel, keep your eyes out for a ghastly pub, sorry.
I thought you said a gas leak.
That too. And it's also snack time.
Snack time! Snack time. Snack time. We went to a local place that we have nearby, Andy's Frozen Custard, because we're big ice cream people, but we prefer custard over ice cream, and I don't eat that yet. I got one of their signature creations, a nutty waffle crunch, which is typically waffle cones. They're vanilla custard, nuts, and melted chocolate chips. I'm not a huge chocolate chip person, so I replaced that with caramel, so I kind of have like a custom but also a signature creation.
I have my classic. Anytime I go to like an ice cream place, I always get a chocolate base of ice cream with Oreos and banana as my two toppings. So that's what I have now.
Banana's underrated.
It is.
I think that's really good.
I mean, I will say mine is probably like, it's just similar to what I've had before, so it's not like it's blowing me away or anything, but it's very high quality and very yummy.
I would say this is probably a 5 out of 5 for me.
I can agree with that, but I also just love ice cream. It's like my go-to dessert, so. Snack time.
Number 1, Sloss Furnace,
Oh,
Birmingham, Alabama.
been there.
I have also been there. Not actually, so they do a Halloween thing every year at Sloss, where it's basically like a haunted house or whatever you want to call it. I've never been to that.
I have. It's awesome.
I went to Sloss on a field trip in school, and they yeah, they did. And, they told us about the history of it and, the little ooh, there's some spookiness to it. They didn't go too hard on us though,
What grade were you in?
That was definitely younger. It wasn't high school, or maybe not even middle school.
It's like 4th or something.
Somewhere in between 2nd and 5th grade, probably.
Interesting.
Anyway, let me read some stories about Sloss Furnace. In the years following the Civil War, Birmingham's Sloss Furnace became the mecca of pig iron needed for thousands of steel products around the country. Unfortunately, this industrial boom, coupled with the city's seemingly overnight transformation into a metropolis, came at a cost. In the early 1900s, James Slag Wormwood, foreman of the graveyard shift between sunset and sunrise at Sloss Furnace, led a group of 100 workers who lived in cramped housing on the furnace site, forcing them to take dangerous risks to speed up production. During his reign, 47 workers lost their lives and numerous others lost their ability to work due to horrific accidents, including an explosion that left 6 blind. Rumors that workers fed up with their daunting and dangerous nights fed slag into the furnace in October of 1906. Hey, I don't blame him. I would do the same thing. He's even got the name Slag. It sounds like he should go in a furnace. boss.
You can just tell he was probably a bad boss.
Yeah. After his disappearance, workers continuously complained of an unnatural presence in the worksite. Some complained of being pushed from behind or being told by a mysterious voice to get back to work. 3 supervisors were even found unconscious and locked in a small boiler room, only to emerge with stories of a seemingly burned man who shouted at them to push more steel. That doesn't sound like a ghost, that just sounds like their working conditions.
Seemingly burned man. Hey,
There have been more than 100 reports of suspected paranormal activity at Sloss Furnace in Birmingham police records, and it has even been named one of Fox's paranormal team's scariest places. Experience the fear for yourself at Sloss Fright Furnaces.
so I'll say something about Sloss, because like it's a place that I've actually like been to and I know about more so. One thing that I do like about when places are haunted is, one, they're usually always hotels. So it's just like you just go and stay, and it always feels like a really old museum or whatever. I like that Sloss is a haunted place that decided to be a haunted house. Like, it's just, you feed into exactly what you're supposed to be. Also, I mean, granted, I don't really see in the modern day and age how it's still safe to be doing what they're doing there. Because, I mean, you go through the furnace. Like, you go through the entire, like, the extremely steep stairs while people are scaring you. Which, just to me, seems like a recipe for disaster. With, like, lots of...
I mean, it's still an improvement on the working conditions they had.
Yeah,
you know,
it's just really real and raw, you know? It's, but it was also cool going to a haunted house where it's like, the whole, like, spiel can be, is it an actor or is it a ghost? Like, I don't know, like, it's just a very... I would like to see more haunted places lean more into the scary stuff by having, like, actual Halloween events, or, like, maybe recreating the stories that made them what they are, or something like that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool, and it's definitely unique compared to some of the other haunted places. I will say, from my memory, when I was there, as a young kid, it didn't scare me at all.
I mean, it's just an
Which we didn't
industrial
go-
rusty thing.
Yeah, we didn't go when people were trying to scare you, so you're just walking through an old furnace, you know, like.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like any other old factory that you probably have ever been to. There's nothing ever really super scary about it. It is cool to, like, living in, all of these were in Birmingham, which is cool. So we lived and grew up very close to Birmingham. And I will say something also cool about Sloss is that the tower is still there. So, like, from all over Birmingham, you can kind of see the Sloss Tower. And it's also just, like, such a cool monument.
Yeah. I think it's worthy of being the top spot on the list.
Honestly, it's worthy to be made into a movie. Where's our movie?
I don't know what kind of movie it would be. I feel like it'd have to be something like The Lighthouse, you know, where it's like these people are put under extreme psychological pressure and then they
No, they're not
eventually
going to make a
snap
good
and they-
movie about a place in Alabama. It's going to be a cheap horror movie with blood and gore, and it's just going to be a teen scream.
Well,
That's
that's
it.
a shame. Well, those are the top 3 scariest places in Alabama. Next, we'll be doing the top 3 in Florida so that we know what we're getting ourselves into.
Yes. Farewell, travelers.